ውድ ወገኖች እህታችሁ የቲ ነኝ ከየቲ ፋይናንሻል እንደምን ውላችኋል እንደምን ሰንብታችኋል እንግዲህ ይሄንን ወር ስናየው ኢንተርናሽናል ወመንስ ዴይ ስለሆነ እኔም ደግሞ ከሴቶቹ አንዷ ስለሆንኩኝ በኢትዮጵያዊ ባህል መሰረት ጥበቤን አድርጌ ዛሬ ወደ እናንተ ብቅ ብያለሁ ሁላችሁም ባላችሁበት እህቶች በሙሉ ሴቶች የሆናችሁ በሙሉ መልካም የሴቶች ወር ወይም የሴቶች በዓል ወር እንዲሆንላችሁ ሁልጊዜ መልካም ምኞቴን መግለጽ ወዳለሁ እንግዲህ በሴትነታችን እናቶች ነን እህቶች ነን ባለ የትዳር ጓደኛ ነን እንደገና ጓደኞችም ነን በብዙ ቦታዎች ውስጥ በሴትነታችን ገብተን እጅግ በጣም ብዙ ስኬታማ የሆኑ ነገሮችን አምጥተናል ያንን ሁሉ ስናመጣ ግን በረጅም ጊዜ ትግል የረጅም ጊዜ ጉዞ ከፍተኛ ጥረት ተደርጎ እንጂ ምንም ነገር ዓለም በነፃ ለማንኛውም ፍጥረት ለሴት ስለሆነ ብቻ ሳይሆን ለማንኛውም ፍጥረት እንዲሁ በነፃ የሚሰጠን ነገር አይደለም ስለዚህ የሰው ልጅ ማለም ሁሉ ጊዜ ጤናማ ሰው አይምሮ ነው ካለምን በኋላ ደግሞ የሚያስፈልገውን ነገር እየተከተልን ህይወታችንን እናስተካክላለን የኛ እንግዲህ እንደ ሴት መጠን መስተካከል ሁሉ ጊዜ በተረቱም በምኑም እንደሚነገረው እንግዲህ there is always a strong woman behind a successful man የሚባለው ነገር አለ ስለዚህ እነዛ ነገሮች የሰዎችን ጥንካሬ not only in partnership ሳይሆን የሴቶች ጥንካሬ ልጆቻችን ላይ ይታያል የሴቶች ጥንካሬ ደግሞ ጓደኞቻችን ላይ ይታያል የነካናቸው ነገሮች ላይ በሙሉ ይታያል ስለዚህ እነዛን ነገሮች ፕሩቭ በማድረግ ነው earn ልናደርግ የምንችለው ክብረትን መወደድም ለተለያዩ ነገር መታጨትም ራሱ ለሥራ ደረጃ ለተለያዩ ነገሮች ሰዎች ይሄንን ሰውኮ እዚህ ጋር ባመጣው እቺን ሴት እዚህ ጋር ባስቀምጣት ይሄንን ስራ ወይም ይሄንን ሁኔታ ልታከናውንልኝ ትችላለች የሚለው ነገር መታጨት የሚመጣው ለጥሩ ጥሩ ነገሮች ስንሰራበት ነው በራሳችን ላይ ስለዚህ ሁሉ ጊዜ ራሳችንም ላይ አትኩረን አካባቢያችንም ላይ ልናመጣ የምንችለውን ኢምፓክት ያያሰብን ሁሉ ጊዜ ብንንቀሳቀስ የተሻለ ነገር እናገኛለን ማለት ነውና አሁንም ቢሆን ለደረስንበት ነገር እጅግ በጣም ምስጉን ሆነን እግዚአብሔር ይመስገን ብለን የሚቀጥለው ደግሞ እንዲያምርልን እለት ተለት ራሳችንን ህይወታችንን በቀና ነገር ላይ በመልካም ነገር ላይ የሰውን ልጅም ሆነ ራሳችንን ሊጠቅሙ በሚችሉ ነገሮች ላይ ኮንትሮል ልናረጋቸው በመንችላቸው ነገሮች ላይ ብቻ እንድናተኩር አደራ ማለት ወዳለሁ እንግዲህ ዛሬ ለየት ተባለ በዓለም ሆኖ በጥበብ ልብሴ እንዲሁም ደግሞ በአበባ ታጅቤ በቅ ያልኩበት አንድ ስፔሻል የሆነ ገስት ይዤላችሁ መጥቻለሁ ይሄ ስፔሻል የሆነ ገስት በህይወት ዘመኑ ባለው አጭር ጊዜ የ18 ዓመት የህይወት ዘመን እንደውም አሁን 19ኛ ዓመቱን በዚህ ባለፈው ጃንዋሪ ላይ የያዘ ወጣት ነውና በዚህ ዘመን ውስጥ እጅግ በጣም ብዙ ነገሮችን አቺቭ አድርጎ የተጓዘ ያለ ሰው ነውና ያ ሰው ማን ይሆን ልትሉ ትችላላችሁ ያ ሰው የኔው ልጅ ሮቤል ይባላል ሮቤል ሉልሰገድ ይባላል ሮቤል ዛሬ እንግዳይ ሆኖ ቀርቧል ሮቤልን እንግዳይ አድርጌ ያቀረብኩት ዋናው ቁም ነገሩ ለኔ ለራሴ እንደ እናት እንደ ሴት አቺቭመንቱን ሁሉ ጊዜ አደንቃለሁኝ የሰው ልጆች አቺቭ ባደረጉ ጊዜ ሊነገራቸው ይገባል ብያምናለሁ መነገር ብቻ ሳይሆን ደግሞ እነሱም ደግሞ እኛ እዚህ ቦታ ጋር እንዲደርሱ የምንጥረውን ጥረት እነሱም ደግሞ ስለሚያዩ በዚህ በኢንተርናሽናል ወመንስ ማንት ልጆቻችን ምን ይላሉ ነው ታይትሉ እንግዲህ ከዛ ጋር የተያያዘ ነው በዓለም አቀፍ የሴቶች ወር ውስጥ ልጆቻችን የልጆቻችንን እይታ እንድናየውና አንዳንድ ነገር ልንቀስምበት እንችላለን ብለን ነው እንግዲህ ሮቤል ባለፈው ዓመት 12ኛ ክፍል ሲጨርስ ያደረገውን ንግግር አይታችሁታል honors graduate valedictorian battalion commander ሆኖ the number 1 student from his school ሆኖ graduate ያደረገ ነው ለኔ እንደ ሴት እንደ እናት ሰራሁበት ብዬምለው ደግሞ እጅግ በጣም ደስ የሚለኝ the first battalion commander at his school from the Ethiopian heritage መሆኑ is a biggest proud to all Ethiopians and Eritreans so just president obama ጥቁር ሆነው መርተው ፎቶአቸውን ሰቅለው እስከዛሬ ድረስ ከሚታዩት ፕሬዝዳንቶች በሙሉ ጥቁር እንደሆኑት ጥቁር ከዚህ ቀደም መርቶ ቢያቅ ያንን ትውልት አስተዳድሮ ቢያቅ ግን ከኢትዮጵያ ሄሪቴጅ ደግሞ ለመጀመሪያ ጊዜ ስለሆነ ያንንም ነገር ሁሉ ጊዜ ፕራውድ ሆኜ ምናገረውና ማየው ለኔም ብርታት የሆነኝ ነገር ነው እንደ ሴት እንደ እናት ማለት ነው so Robel welcome to my Yetti Financial show
thank you
yeah because you took your time from your spring break it means a lot you know for you to just block this time and be here with me so the audiences you know they understand that you do not speak Amharic but you hear and you understand some of it so thank you so much anyways for being here and I just told them about how much you have achieved in the past 18 years of your life. So I'm very, very grateful to you and to God for everything that you really have achieved so far. And I just want you to know that I'm proud and I love you so much.
Thank you. I love you too.
Yeah. And now going back to our conversation, I mean, this month is International Women's Month. So you've seen me as a woman, as a single mother, you know, being raised in a single mother home, and also women in this, you know, in the 21st century. What have you observed in terms of commitment, you know, different achievement and hardworking, all that you've been observing, and then combined with everything that you see out there? How do you really see the women contribution in this world and achievements in this world?
Well, I would say you are the prime example of a woman in my life. You're who I saw growing up, so I look for the qualities I saw in you and other women. And I guess the thing I could say I notice and appreciate is the kindness, love, compassion, sympathy that you have and that women have for whoever it is that they're responsible for. And on top of that, the commitment and like hard work to never stop at what they're trying to get at, what they're trying to achieve, because in most families, they are the heart, they are like the life, the passion of that. And I think it goes to say that it's underrepresented, underappreciated, but women really do show compassion and they are the family, like they are the family. Without them, the family does not exist, both in the actual birth sense and the emotional sense. So I think that's something that I notice in women a lot, in like the relational aspect of it.
That's really good. But in relational aspect of it, you've seen the love, the commitment, the, you know, the hardworking and everything, protection and all of that towards their children, and also, you know, to any human being, you know, as a matter of fact. But how about educationally and, you know, other areas that in sport or maybe professionally, do you see anything, I mean, that women are really excelling in different areas?
I mean, in college now, when I'm there, I see there's a lot more women in STEM now, science, tech, they're making a big jump and honestly doing a lot better than a lot of the men I know. There's more graduates coming in. It's a big influx of women. And that's just in the educational sense. They're making big strides. And in professionally, we look at our government and there's a lot of women in power now. And it's showing they're bringing something to the table that we haven't seen before because most of the men in power have been afraid to, you know, give women a chance. But now that we're getting their perspective, it's creating a whole new opportunity to do something that wasn't possible before, something that you couldn't get when you have just men in a room. The ideas are different. There's something about women that men don't have and the other way around as well. And when you combine both of those in the same room, amazing policies are able to be made, better countries, better economies, because you're getting input from everybody, because a country is not just made up of men. So men should not be the only ones making those policies. And with women joining that, that sphere of work, we're really able to get full representation to make the country thrive. And in sports, I would say women's sports is getting a lot more recognition now. You see people like Serena Williams, who is at the top of the world. She retired. You have Naomi Osaka, black woman, amazing. She's #1 in singles in the world. She's young, 25. A lot of people know about her. Alex Morgan is leading the women's soccer team. U.S. in the World Cup might lead them to another championship. And we're just seeing them making bigger strides in sports and making a name for themselves, getting better representation so people can appreciate what they do, because it's something that should be noticed.
Absolutely, absolutely. But do you think that intimidate a man? Because everything that we do is not to intimidate anybody, whether it is a man or a woman. But sometimes, you know, you see different things and people seem like intimidated. But is that really how it should be?
No, that's not how it should be. Some people do feel that way, and it's not necessarily right, but that's how a lot of people grew up, in that sense where women aren't supposed to be, quote unquote, better. So when people see that women are making strides ahead, they don't know how to handle that. They feel like maybe they're a disgrace or something like that, but that's not what it is, because we're born as equals. So you shouldn't feel bad just because a woman's making more than you in the family. They're doing their part and you're doing your part. You're supposed to be working together, not against each other for some power struggle. That's not what it is. So they shouldn't be intimidated. They should just be encouraging and realize that that's the role that they're playing and appreciate that.
Absolutely, because different culture really doesn't see a woman should achieve as high as, you know, a man. So pretty much in our community, sometimes, you know, it is looked at in that manner, and then people get intimidated and to a point where they hate themselves, and then they just don't want to see that. They can't stand it. But I'm glad you don't look at it, because it's a different generation. In my generation, my dad was the breadwinner, the main breadwinner, so there was no problem because that's what the culture knew. But as time goes by, you know, from generation to generation, things are changing, and then but the change so far could not really take the women's success and women's highest achievement. But you know, it's good that you look at it differently. But you know, today a lot of businesses are owned by women, and I think about 42% probably. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that means, you know, they give a lot of opportunity with that great heart. They give an opportunity to, you know, students as an internship, and then even other people after they graduate, they get a job under a privately owned companies. And 42% is really, you know, comparing to what you see in working hard, you know, every day in women. Is that really a highest percentage, or do you think we have a room to grow more?
I mean, obviously there's more room to grow, but we need to look back and appreciate how far women have come in terms of owning businesses. It hasn't been a thing for long, and now that it's almost at 50% of women owning businesses, it's a big stride. I think it shows that women know that they can lead a company, lead a firm, and distribute whatever it is, goods and services, to the people of the economy, and know that they're making their part. That's not just a man's job, that they can make a difference and bring their ideas to the table that, again, are different from what men bring, and that has its own value to people that people won't notice until that percentage rises up. You see more women coming in and distributing what they do, making people happier.
Absolutely. I mean, even in investment, I mean, I'm also in the, we both are licensed doing financial service industry business. So we've seen many women coming to the office and then calling. Of course, men are coming in calling too, but a lot of women are really thinking different ways of investing their money, growing their money, and creating generational wealth and all that. So that percentage is also growing very fast. From 2018, it used to be 50%, but now in 2023, went up by 17%. So that's really huge. So how do you really look at that? I mean, when it comes to money investment, I mean, is it because women really are wiser than men, or is it because they calculate risk differently, or what do you think? I mean, that really gets it to 67%. It's a large amount of, you know, a large percentage. I mean, a huge number of women are really working on their financial future or financial freedom. 67% is really high comparing to, you know, the rest of men.
I would say that for women in the past few years, that rise in percentage is probably, you know, during COVID, a lot of women decided, I mean, people were scared about money, and people wanted to be educated about how they can, you know, protect themselves financially, and probably did a lot of research. And in terms of investment, I mean, they're just seeing that they want to build their own financial literacy, financial future, and not have to rely on somebody else in that traditional sense of, you know, the man provides. They know that just like the businesses earlier, they can bring something to the table, and being able to stand alone and be independent is very important, because if anything goes bad for your significant other and money goes south, they should be able to back it up. And if they can back it up, they can save their family, save themselves, whoever it is they're trying to save. So I think just more education in that recently has caused women to go into the stock market and invest more. And I think that is really a good thing because they know that their role isn't just to take care of the house or whatever the traditional sense is, but when they combine their investment with their husband's investment or whoever their significant other is, it can create something so much better for themselves, for them, for their family. And it's just really good to see that education coming this far with that percentage increase in investment.
That's great, yeah, because in my time, I mean, or even now, a certain percentage of families, a man purchases a house, a man pays for kids' tuition, a man, you know, pays for clothing and vacation and everything else. I mean, cars and all of that. It is covered by men in some families still. I mean, I see in our neighborhood some of the people, the wife is a stay-at-home mom and then the husband is, you know, the main breadwinner, and they have multiple children, like 2, 3, 4. And then that's what basically that they do. But that's how it used to be in my mom's and my grandma's time. But now when I look at myself, I mean, I own my own home, and then we take care of our own, you know, vacation. We do everything just with 1% income, and then which is a woman earned that income to provide everything. But does that really change the position? I mean, owning everything, earning any kind of money doesn't really change my gender. I'm still a woman. I have a duty as a woman. So as a young man, do you think if a woman makes all kind of money or accumulated all kind of wealth, does that change her position and then act totally like a man?
No, I don't think that at all. I mean, if a woman earns a whole, like, more money than a man or whatever, and they're earning a lot more, that doesn't really change their role. Like, there isn't really a role. It's just based off what position you're in, what situation you're in. If you're the one who decides to provide, that doesn't make you a man or decide to make you a man. That's just how your family is structured. And I think there's no reason to try to force yourself to change or push this narrative of, oh, I'm the man of the house now because I'm making money, so I have to push myself to be this. That's not what it is. You can still be a woman that makes a lot of money, is successful, and still do things that you want to do and not be scared of that not being womanly because you're the man. I don't think the amount of money you make changes whatever your status is in the household. Not at all.
Absolutely, because I strongly believe that a woman has to be a woman all the time, and I'm so grateful that I'm created as a woman. I love the way I am, but at the same time, I'm just like a over-ambitious person, I could say, and then I love to achieve the highest, and I love to, you know, thrive for something, you know, bigger than what I have, because my dream is just to touch so many children and elderly people. It's not that, you know, I'm working hard or maybe I work 7 days to become a millionaire. That's not my goal, but I just want to touch other people's life, and then I want to really work on human beings, on people. So that's basically what it is. But, you know, I love to make an impact on other people's life, and I'm sure you watch that growing up, and you do have that also in you. So is there anything that you plan for the young generation, younger, like, you know, young adults and children? I mean, we've done something last year. So is there anything that you plan for this summer when you have a, you know, break, summer break?
Yes, I'd like to do the same thing as the last year, obviously on a different topic. But I'd like to, you know, have a presentation to the children of the community and hopefully give them whatever knowledge I have that can help them throughout my past 19 years of living now, and prepare them for their future, at least as a teenager, the best I can. So, yes, I'd like to do that in the summer this year.
Yeah, some people didn't really know that we had that event last year. So could you please go over in summary what was the things that we talked last year for those 7 years old to like young adults? remember the topics?
Yeah, last summer we were talking, and during the presentation I was educating on points like time management, discipline, respect, and just a lot of situations. There were 6 points, but the main things were time management and discipline. Those are the 2 key things that I really harped on and wanted to teach these kids that will prepare them for their future. And I want to do something similar because I feel like that really touched a lot of minds, touched a lot of people, a lot of parents, and it resonated with these kids. And hopefully this year they went out and used that information to their best knowledge. And next year I'd like to do the same thing for them.
Okay, so guys, I mean, stay tuned for that, and we're going to come back to you on the dates and places and time. So we will figure out, when we're going to do it. But now I think with my questions to you, because I have a few things that I'm going to elaborate in Amharic about what we discussed, but I am almost done with your interview. So is there anything that you want to say before we wrap it up? Anything that you have about the Women's Holiday or Women's Month?
I'd just say that women still go underappreciated in this world, and we're making a lot of strides to work towards, appreciating women and all of their value that they bring. I mean, I see it in you every day of my life. You're the one who takes care of me, shows me love and everything. And I'd just like to say that I really appreciate women. I thank you guys for everything you do, love you, and I think the world will get to a place where your value is appreciated, and I just want to let you know that I appreciate you. So thank you to all the women in the world, and you especially, Mom.
All right. Thank you, Robbie. I love you so much. And since this month is my special month, where do you think you can take me out to eat?
Anywhere you want, anywhere. Your wallet is my wallet. My wallet is your wallet. Oh. Same thing.
All right, sweetheart. Thank you so much. And then I'm going to elaborate a few things to you guys in Amharic. And እንደተነጋገርነው ሴትነታችንን ሊያጠፋው አይገባም። ሰክሰሳችን ሁልጊዜም ደስተኛ ሆነን እግዚአብሔርን አመስግነን በልጆቻችን በማንኛውም ነገር ልጆች ያዩትን ነገር ነው እንግዲህ የታየ ነገር ነው ወደ ልጆች የሚያልፈውና እነሱ ደግሞ የሚያደርጉት። ስለዚህ ሁልጊዜ ብርትት ብለን ልጆቻችን ሊያዩ የሚገባቸውና ወደፊት ይዘውት ቢሄዱ እኛንም እነሱንም ያኮራል ብለን የምንለው ነገር ላይ ብቻ መትጋት እንዳለብን እንደ ወላጅ ከዛም አልፎ ተርፎ ደግሞ እንደ እናት ማለት ወይም እንደ ሴት ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ጣም ያላጣ ግን ሁሉንም ነገር ያካተተ ሰክሰስፉል ልንሆን እንችላለን በትምህርት በስራ በተለያዩ ንግዶች ወይም ደግሞ በተለያየ የገንዘብ አያያዝ ሁኔታ ላይ ልናመጣ የምንችላቸው ነገሮች አሉ። ግን always understand አብረን ልንኖር የተሰራን ሰዎች ነን። ዋናው ቁም ነገሩ ግን ሰዎች ኢንቲሚዴትድ መሆን የለባቸውም። የትዳር ጓደኞች ሊሆኑ ይችላሉ ወይም ደግሞ በሪሌሽንሺፕ ውስጥ ያሉ ሰዎች ሊሆኑ ይችላሉ፣ እናት ሊሆን ይችላል። የተለያየ ነገር ላይ ብንሆንም ግን ሴቶች ሁልጊዜ ብልህ ስለሆነን አዙረን ማየት ስለምንችል የሰዎቹን ሁኔታ ዙሪያውን አሰስ ያደረገን ሁልጊዜ make sure that everyone is comfortable በቃ እዛ ላይ ማትኮርና ሁሉም ሰው የሚፈልገውን ነገር እንዲያገኝ ጥረት ማድረግ ነው። መገፋፋቱ ብዙም አስፈላጊ አይደለም። ኢንቲሚዴትም መሆን አስፈላጊ አይደለም። ግን just focus, understand everybody's talents and gifts from God, then try to nurture it. እናት ሁልጊዜም ነርቸር የማድረግ ስጦታ ያላት ናት። ሴት ሁልጊዜም ነርቸር የማድረግ ስጦታ ያላት ናት። ስለዚህ ያንን ነርቸሪንግ ሁሉንም በደካማ ጎኑ ለመደገፍና ከፍ ለማድረግ ጥረት ማድረግ ነው። ሁሉም ሰው ደግሞ ከእግዚአብሔር የተሰጠው ጊፍት አለ፣ ታለንት አለ፣ ችሎታ አለ፣ ስጦታ አለ። ያለ ስጦታችን ምንም ልንሆን አንችልም። በስጦታችን ላይ ግን ልንሰራ እንችላለን። አንዳንዶቻችሁ ስጦታችሁን ላታገኙት ላታቁት ትችላላችሁ። እንዳላችሁ ማስባችሁት ላታቁት ትችላላችሁ። እንደዚህ የሚባል ነገር አለ እንዴ ብላችሁ ልትሉ ትችላላችሁ። ግን ሁልጊዜም በራችን ክፍት ሆኖ ልናነጋግራችሁ ያለውን ነገር በልጆች ጉዳይ በተለያዩ የልብ መሻት በሆኑ ነገሮች ላይ ሁልጊዜም እኔ በሬ ክፍት ሆኖ ምክሮችን ለመስጠት እህታችሁ ሁልጊዜም ልቤም የስራዬን ቦታ በር ክፍት እንደሆነ እንድታቁ ፈልጋለሁ። እንግዲህ ከመለያየታችን በፊት ሁልጊዜ የቲ የሚለውን የቲ እናት ናት፣ የቲ ሴት ናት፣ በስራ ቦታ ላይ ደግሞ የቲ የሚለውን ነገር እናመጣላችኋለን ማለት ነው። ስክሪኑ ላይ ሁልጊዜም የምናቀርብላችሁ የየቲ ኮንታክት ኢንፎርሜሽን አለ። የቲ እንግዲህ ከ30 ዓመት በላይ በተለያዩ የቢዝነስ ሁኔታዎች ውስጥ የተጓዘች እንዲሁም ደግሞ በአሁኑ ሰዓት የፋይናንሻል ሰርቪስ ኢንደስትሪ ውስጥ አገልጋይ ሆኜ በፋይናንሻል ሰርቪስ ኢንዱስትሪ ውስጥ ፋይናንሻል አድቫይዘር ሆኜ ከፈርስት ፋይናንሻል ሴኩሪቲ ጋር አፊሊየትድ ሆንኩ ነኝ ኢንቨስትመንትን በሚመለከት ሪማክስ የሚባል ደግሞ ሪል ስቴት ካምፓኒ ጋር ላለፈው 24 ዓመት አፊሊዬሽን አለኝ ማለት ነው ስለዚህ እነዚህን ሁለት ኢንቨስትመንቶች ጎን ለጎን አድርጌ የምጓዝ ሲሆን ኮንታክት ማድረግ ለምትፈልጉ ሰዎች እንደምታዩት በፈርስት ፋይናንሻል ሴኩሪቲ ውስጥ ሲኒየር ቫይስ ፕሬዚዳንት ሆኜ አገለግላለሁ ጎል ሰርቲፋይድ ኤጁኬተር ሆኜ ደግሞ ካሉት 6 ሰዎች ውስጥ አንዷና ብቸኛዋ ጥቁር ሆኜ አሜሪካን ዙሪያ ውስጥ በሚገኙት ቦታዎች በጠቅላላ የጎል ፕሮግራምን ለቢዝነስ ኦነሮች ያው እነሱ እንዲያውቁትና እንዴት አርጋው ታክሰብል ኢንካማቸውን በታክስ ሲዝን ላይ ሪዲዩስ ሊያደርጉ እንደሚችሉ ምናስተምርበት ነው ማለት ነው እነዚህ የምታዩቸው ዌብሳይቶች በሙሉ ያንዳንዳቸውን ቼክ አድርጋችኋቸው የተለያዩ ቴስቲሞኒያሎች ስለ ሰርቪሳችን ስላሉን ነገሮች ልታዩ ትችላላችሁ አፖይንትመንት ቡክ ለማድረግ ደግሞ calendly.com/yeti የሚለው ጋር ገብታችሁ ታረጉ ትችላላችሁ እኔም ሆንኩ ሮቤል የምንገኘው በየቲ ፋይናንሻል ቁጥር በ83393884448 ነው በሚቀጥለው ጊዜ እንግዲህ ያለንን ነገር ይዘን ወደ እናንተ እንመጣለን ሳመር ላይ ሁሉ ጊዜም ሮቤል ቃል የገባልኝ ሃይ ስኩል ሲጨርስ አሁን ኮሌጅ ጆይን ከማድረጉ በፊት ኤቭሪ ሳመር ልጆችን ሰብስበን የተለያዩ ምክሮችን እየሰጠን ከታች ጀምሮ የተቀረጸ ነገር ሁሉ ጊዜ ለመንጋደድም እድል አያገኝምና ሁሉ ጊዜም የሚያቅፈው ነገር ስላለ ከታች አቅጣጫውን እንዳይስት ያደርጋል ስለዚህ ልጆቹን ከልጅነታቸው ጀምሮ እኛ ቤት ያለውን ነገር ይጠቅማል የሚሉትን ወላጆች ደስ ብሏቸው ካዩት እንዲያነሱትና እንዲጠቀሙበት ምንም ኦብሊጌሽን ሳይኖርባቸው ሮቤልም ደግሞ እነዛን ነገሮች ሰዎችን ልጆችን ስለሚወድና ጎሏል ብሎ የሚያየው ነገር ደግሞ ስላለ ያንን እንዲያስተካክልበት ያለውን ኮንትሪቢዩሽን ለዓለም ለወደፊት ሌጋሲውን ለማሳመር በወጣትነቱ በዚህ ነገር ላይ ያተኮረ ስለሆነ እንግዲህ በሚቀጥለው ጊዜ እስከምንገናኝ ድረስ ሁላችሁም ባላችሁበት እግዚአብሔር እድሜና ጤና ሰላምና ፍቅርን አብስቶ ይስጣችሁ ላለሁኝ እንግዲህ ዛሬ ብቅ ያልነው የቲና ሮቤልን thank you so much for all of you and we love you all have a wonderful holiday season and happy international mother's day ብለን ማለት እንወዳለን መልካም ጊዜ ይሁንላችሁ አመሰግናለሁ
አመሰግናለሁ
yes
thank you guys
we love you bye thank you so much ደህና ሁኑ